Racing has been an integral part of my family's life for as long as I've been alive. When I was just 3 months old, I went to my dad's race at Road Atlanta, marking my first trip to a racetrack. I was too young to go to every single race, so my dad's racing separated our family rather often. When I started first grade, my dad decided it was time for him to stop racing so we'd have more family time. Before long, I was starting to get more and more into racing myself, eventually taking it seriously in competition. For about 3 years, my racing would only be a 40-minute commute each Saturday, and it was mostly a father-son affair, although my mom would come watch on occasion. When I was 10 years old, my career really got started. We began traveling to North Carolina almost every weekend as I moved up the ranks of NASCAR. Both my mom and my dad would come on each and every trip, and neither of them would ever miss a race. My racing was always a priority, so my parents went to every single event. Racing is family time to us, whether it's the traveling, the track time, or the adventures along the way. We are always together and always having a blast. Last September, my parents had to go to a wedding in the Bahamas, and unfortunately it fell on a race weekend. I was 16 years old, and I had no problem with them skipping a race. It didn't hit me at the time, but this would be my first race ever with neither parent there. They, of course, were much more worried about it than I was. Nothing bad ever happened, so I didn't understand what they were so worried about. However, I had no idea that this weekend would be the worst crash of my career so far, and it would prove to be much worse on my parents than even on myself.
There we are at a wedding in the Bahamas, missing Kaz's first race. Luckily for us, we have an app that will show us what order the racers are in. We're very excited watching Kaz race in second, lap after lap after lap, when all of a sudden he drops from second and his name no longer appears on the lineup at all. So we're a little panicked. We think that maybe there's a glitch in the app, but it actually causes us to leave the wedding and go back to our hotel room because this is the first time we've ever not been in a race and we can't communicate with anybody. We end up back in the room, panicked, refreshing the app feverishly, when finally Kaz's crew chief texts us to say that he's been in a horrible accident, the worst he's ever seen, and he's been in the business for about 30 years. However, Kaz is safe and fine and has been checked out. Hard to believe that in all these years and hundreds of races that Kaz has been in, we've never missed a race. And the race we choose to miss is the one he has his absolute worst crash in. Since then, Kaz has really moved up in divisions and now is in a national touring series that is covered live on TV. It's extremely nerve-wracking, but exciting to see all his hard work and determination pay off. And we continue to support him and will never, ever miss a race again.